Great to have Conor Timmins with us as we'll see the final home preseason game, and the regular season begins a week from tomorrow. How you doing? How's camp?
Yeah, good. Thank you. It's been good so far. Guys have been working hard, and it's flown by, so it's been awesome.
I'm going to ask you the hard-hitting question to start with, because as a goalie, you've been on. This is your fifth team.
Yeah, my fifth team.
Best goalie you've had as a teammate, and it doesn't have to be best goalie on the ice, but best goalie as a teammate.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was pretty close with Joe Wall in Toronto.
Yeah,
so,
okay.
But all the goalies I've played with have been great. Love the guys who are super loud and yelling at me all the time. Those are typically the best ones.
So like, you mean like as you go pick up the puck,
yeah.
They let you know what's going on?
Or like they're telling me to box out or screaming at me.
Man.
Yeah.
He would have loved Ashek, right?
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
Must see, I must see. He used to tell the guys, like, when he couldn't see, or he would scream at the play would be at the other end, and he would yell for high guy. He wanted always a third man high in the zone, but he would be 200 feet away and be screaming it. So you would have loved it.
Oh, that would have been
The irony
perfect.
is it didn't matter. He would have stopped 2-on-1s
Well,
and
yeah,
3-on-0s
right.
and all the rest of it. But yeah, so Pittsburgh, former team.
Yes.
There must be so much animosity building for tonight.
Yeah, I was there so long, so really looking forward to the preseason game. But no, yeah, I love my time there. Had some good relationships, and it'll be a fun one tonight.
How did it all come about, like you this summer getting ready for, an off season, and all of a sudden like trying to figure out where you were going to go, getting the call and, signing here? So how did that all come about?
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. I wasn't really expecting to be moved here. Obviously, I just got into Pittsburgh, and it was just draft day, so you never know what's going to happen. A lot of crazy stuff's going on, but Kyle Dubas just gave me the call and let me know that I'd been traded. And first thing was a lot of excitement, just being from the area, seeing the roster we have here and how much talent there is. It was just a really exciting opportunity.
Give us a sense of growing up in the area, where exactly and where you played your most minor hockey, and just any memories of being in this kind of Niagara region.
Yeah, I grew up in Thorold, Ontario. Played all my minor hockey there for the Southern Tier Admirals. Came over here a lot. We usually played, I think it was the Buffalo Regals. So they were always in our league.
In the SCTA.
SCTA, yeah. Yeah, a lot of good memories. Still stay in the area in the summers. Just love this area. It's a dream come true to be in Buffalo.
So what made you pick the Southern Tier Admiral? Because there's are they called Niagara North?
Niagara North
Niagara
Stars,
North
yeah.
is one. And then, then a lot of people like go to the GTHL, right? And that's like the big Southern Ontario battle as to where you're going to play. So what made you pick to go to STA?
Yeah, well, like back in my day, you had to kind of stay in your region. So that's how I decided on Southern Tier Admirals instead of Niagara North Stars. My dad was a coach. We had the same group growing up for basically all 8 years. And we always had a pretty good team, so it was fun. I thought it was important, and my dad thought it was important for me to just, stay where I am. And even if it's a bad team, you got to learn how to play on bad teams. And I think there's a lot of humility you can learn in losing and winning and all of the lessons that you learn. So I think it was a good idea for me to stay where I was.
So there was no bribing of you, like from other teams saying, we want him on this team, and then all of a sudden there's like, a new car showing up on the driveway?
To be honest, I wasn't really quite on that level in minor hockey. So I was just trying to make the team every year.
You ended up being a second-round pick, so I think you developed a pretty high pedigree as you climbed the ranks. Now, that being said, where do you feel you're at age 27 and the runway that still exists here in the NHL for you?
Yeah, I think my game's slowly been growing over the course of my career. Obviously, there were some setbacks with injuries and such as I was younger, but I think the more I play, the more comfortable I feel. I think I still have a lot of room to grow. There's still some potential that's been untapped, and that's why it's an exciting opportunity to be here. Obviously, a young team, a role to be fulfilled. It's just a great opportunity.
How much of the training camp has been focused on defending and the defensive play? Even yesterday at practice, it was penalty kill early in the session. So how much of that is going on, and is that something that you've been focusing on as your role with the team?
Yeah, for sure. I think Lindy's obviously made that very clear that that's a place we need to take a step in this year if we want to be a successful team. And I think that's somewhere I've really grown the last 3 years especially. So I see it as a role I can fulfill, and I just want to do whatever it takes for this team to take the next step.
Does it feel good in a way when you come into camp and you have different playing partners in each preseason game, or is it a challenge? Because obviously the group has had some injuries to deal with here, and I mean, as you can imagine, we spend an awful lot of the summer talking about new pairings this year and left shot and right shot and how the balance is, and then the balance gets thrown out the window a few days into camp when guys get dinged up.
Yeah, I think for me especially it's been important, obviously getting to know each guy and their tendencies, and as a team, obviously injuries are going to happen throughout the year. You never know who you're going to be playing with. So to get a few reps with each guy is really beneficial.
Okay, you're a bigger guy, so I like to know, do you use a longer stick? Where do you cut it? Is it like you get it to your nose? I feel like sticks have gone shorter, like chin and maybe even like just neck area. So what's your preference when it comes to that?
Yeah, I've never really been about measuring it to a certain part of my body. I go 61 inches every time.
Okay.
So I get them at 62 inches, and then I measure an inch and cut that off. I like to have it a little shorter just for in tight plays in the corners and to be able to slip pucks to the center and stuff like that. But it's a fine line as a defenseman because you want to have that reach and be able to get a stick on pucks. So.
Why don't you get them at 61 and you don't have to waste time cutting them? So 62 down to 61.
Because I find 90 flex is a little too stiff. And 85 is a little too whippy, so I get them at 85, and then I cut an inch off, so they're at 88.
So it's an in between.
Yeah.
Okay, see,
amazing.
Well,
attention to detail, personal preference. These are all good things.
You know, I'm all about attention to
I
detail.
know.
So yeah, I like that.
Did you have any other sports growing up as a kid that you loved playing around here?
Our whole hockey team would play together as a soccer team in the summer.
Nice.
So I felt like that was always great for conditioning and just something fun to take your mind off hockey. But it was never super competitive. It was more just for fun.
Were you guys like the forwards were playing up front and the striker and the defensemen were middle or, midfield or back? Like,
I think
did you guys switch it up?
Our goalie was our striker, so we were all over the place. But like I said, it was just for fun, and everyone really enjoyed it. A good way to get some activity in the summer. So,
did you play goalie ever in soccer or tried it? Because I was a terrible, and when I say terrible soccer goalie, I thought it was like hockey, and then all of a sudden I'm like, man, that net is so darn big. So I was awful.
Yeah, no, I was never in net. That was we left that to some other guys. I was just center midfield. That's where I like to play.
Okay,
yeah.
that's good. A lot of running.
Yeah, a lot of running. Yeah.
Connor, thanks for the time tonight, and good luck this season.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thank you.